Hi everybody, welcome back to another video. So in this video, I'm going to be explaining why I like to go to the Goodwills here in Nashville over any of the other thrift stores. And I know some of my viewers have been able to go thrifting in Nashville since I've been here, and that's great. And most of them have, I'm still waiting on one person's response, but the other person said they found really, really good stuff. So that makes me so happy to hear and everything like that. But I would say if you come to Nashville, definitely, and you're planning on reselling, or just like want a good deal for yourself, I would say Goodwills, at least in my opinion, are the way to go. The pricing is fair. There is a lot of aggression at the stores compared to any of, like, I'll get into that. Like, I don't have any issues with it. Like, last video I had issues with people. This time it was all great. But yeah, I'll just get into my reasoning. So this is from Southern Thrift Store. I have the sticker here because I did photograph them, but I did pay $8.99 for these wedge shoes, and this was the only thing I found, and I was there for an hour. So I went thrifting with like some friends, but they like to go quicker than I do, so it's kind of like I wish I could be there longer, but I also was not finding anything, so honestly I was fine with leaving. But the only thing I did find were these bed stew wedges, which I really do like to find into this brand, and I could tell they were kind of like bed stew on the shelf. They have like a braided or basket, like, well, not necessarily basket weave, but similar, with a cross detail, that crisscross detail there, wedge open toe. These are size 6, so pretty tiny, but I did list them at $50. I like to sell beds too. The comps are decent, so I was excited to find those. But that was in an hour. That was the only thing I found. And then so I was like, oh, we should go to Goodwill, which they were fine with going, but again, they don't like to stay as long as I do. So usually in thrift stores, at least from where, like, back like in Illinois, I'll go to the shoes first and then like jeans or pants. But honestly, it really depends here. I mean, I always go to new racks first, but I've been leaving a lot of new racks behind, like just not going to them in Nashville, just because I don't know. It's just like another reseller in Nashville like left a comment on one of my videos saying like, yeah, like my joy is being taken out of reselling because of like the like aggressiveness at the new racks, and I think they were having bad experiences with people, and that is exactly what was happening to me. And ever since I like kind of avoided the new racks, I've been just feeling a lot better, and I've just still been finding just as much, or not. I mean, I know when I don't go to the new racks, I miss out on some stuff, but if you just, and it's hard not to care at first, but now I just don't care, so it's fine, because everything I'm about to show you, like these two finds were just already out there, so yeah. But in that time, we were there for like 15 minutes, because they wanted to leave, but I had found two things I was happy with, so I was like, sure. These are mother jeans, which I love to sell. Actually, I wasn't looking in the jeans, and they, I saw like the pockets first, so that was exciting. They're just a skinny, they're the looker crop, and on the edge, and they're size 26, but they run big. I'm gonna let my mom try them on, but they're pretty stretchy. I could still get $50 for these. They were $8.99. And they were hemmed, but the original inseam is a 26 inch inseam for the style, which because it's cropped, and she had them to a 25.5. So, I mean, she probably paid a lot of money to have them altered like that, and it was done well professionally. So, I mean, if my mom keeps them, great. If she doesn't, also great. I can sell them for like $50, and I love to find mothers, so I was excited about those. This one, you guys don't worry. I'm gonna wash this piece, which is dry clean only, but I wanted to risk it. It is Marissa Webb for Barney's New York, size large. It's made in New York. I've never found this brand before. I have got it before, and like be careful with this brand, because a lot of pieces from this brand, like I saw like on Poshmark, were from Rent the Runway, and it had like a little barcode. Sometimes it's dry cleaning, sometimes it's Rent the Runway, and a lot of the Marissa Webb Rent the Runway things were really flawed. So the prices were like, some of the comps were really low. Also, if you find it out thrifting, like this was flawed, and I did put Dawn on some of spots, so that's why it looks like that. I have my Dawn dish soap right there, but I wanted to try it. It's 100% wool and like a silk like trim. I did find the style. It looks like it's going for $50, so I'm not sure if that was worth like the work, especially if the stains don't come out. But I mean, their stains are small, but I just put Dawn to treat it, but then I ended up not washing it right away, so it kind of like dried, but Dawn will wash out, I hope. And if not, I'm out $6, but it is what it is. Okay, so that was like one like Saturday for like 2 hours of thrifting. I guess just 2 hours of being out, because it was like an hour at Southern Thrift, and then like a little bit of drive to the next Goodwill, and then a little bit of time in the Goodwill, and then a little bit of time to drive back to campus. But I mean, I would have found more stuff if I stayed at the Goodwills. I know every time I have to leave, I'm leaving something good behind that I haven't found yet, but that's something I also have to accept, and that's something I've pretty much come to terms with at this point, and I'm fine with. Like, it's sad, but it is what it is. But I guess why I prefer the Goodwills, this time of Thrift, there were some things that were marked up, and I just, there wasn't as many people, and, like, I don't really see any new racks. I'm not sure if they have new racks or not, or if they've, like, restocked the stores. There's my roommate. Hello. If they restock the stores that often. Dawson, do you like the Goodwills or Southern Thrift better?
Do I like Goodwill or what?
Southern Thrift better.
Probably Goodwill.
Yeah, Dawson says Goodwill too. Yeah, he says it's cheaper, and I agree. And they really don't mark anything up. But there's just more people at the Goodwills, so then it tends to be a little bit more aggressive, I'd say. But it was fine. So then on the next Saturday, I went thrifting on Friday, which those were my best finds, so I'm gonna save those for last. But then friends, we had Y2K at our school, and my friends didn't have any Y2K clothing. I mean, I did, but I also knew how to kind of dress for it, and they didn't, so they asked me to come to Goodwill for, like, to help them. But I don't really sure how to describe Y2K. It's kind of like describing vintage. It's like, it's just vintage. It's like, just Y2K. It's like, I don't know. But I guess you could, like, describe Y2K as, like, baggy, oversized, like, streetwear style clothing for, like, at least for men. So that's what I said to them. And one of them, and I was like, I guess, like, the movie Space Jam. And one of them actually found a Space Jam jersey that he wore, so that was fun. But, so I didn't have time to really look for myself because I was helping them, which was fine. But, I mean, I wanted to look for myself. But, because, I don't know. But the only thing I found was this jacket. And it is a Lululemon. I saw the zipper. I find Lululemon every time I walk into one of the Goodwills here. I don't always pick it up, because a lot of the Lululemon, like, on, like, that come out get taken right away from, like, the new racks, and then the stuff that kind of stays isn't older styles or just not in the best shape. This was fine though. I'm not sure if people, I mean, to the untrained eye, because the logo is black, but it was $6.99, so I bought that. I was like, okay, I guess better than nothing, and it packs into itself, which I thought was interesting. So that was kind of like 5 minutes just looking for myself. Then my next trip, I went on Friday, and I was in the dodgeball tournament here at my college, and our team got third place, so that was really exciting. We did pretty good, and already pretty well. But we were going to be Where's Waldo. We had to dress up. But we ended up being frat bros because we ran out of time, and we had to, it was just not the best costumes, but it's okay. We were going to be Where's Waldo, so we bought a whole bunch of white shirts from Goodwill, and we were going to spray paint them white, and we ended up not doing that. But then we can return stuff to Goodwill within 3 days. Well, we had to, like, return them, like, soon, or else we wouldn't have got, like, the credit for them. So then my friend's like, okay, do you just want to come to Goodwill with me? And he's like, I'll let you look around, but you have an hour to shop. And I was like, okay. So we went with my friend Drew and then my other friend Addie. And I don't know, it was one of the best nights I've ever had here on campus. It was so much fun. Even after Goodwill, we went to Chipotle. We got to, like, talk about some things. It was just so much fun. Like, I feel like they enjoyed themselves in the Goodwill, which is really surprising. They didn't buy anything, but I think they were just having a good time. I was finding a lot of stuff. I was just, like, not, like, loading on my cart, but I just, like, found some things I was really excited about. So I was pretty happy. So I'll just start. So right as I walk in, I wasn't really sure to go. There was really no new racks out. But I saw, like, a little bit of things happening near the shoes. So I kind of just went over to them. And there was these two ladies, like, there were some shoe bins that came out, but I think they had already looked through. Like, I know she got a pair of On Clouds, which it's fine. But on the shelf, there was 4 pairs of shoes that I don't typically find. So I saw this pair, and they are green Doc Martens. So I saw them, and I was like, okay, how much are they going to be? Because shoes are kind of expensive here. But I did see they were $14.99. So I was like, they have some wear on the toes and creasing and all that, and some, like, spots. And I'm going to have to clean them up. And also the trim was additionally worn. And so I was like, ooh, I don't know. I have to clean the little Sharpie off the bottom. But well, obviously I ended up getting them, but I was like, I don't know. So I left them there at first, and then I went to go get a cart, and then I kept looking, and I saw these Doc Martens, which were also $14.99. And they're all a men's size 13. These are navy with like a white tassel, and then I did try to clean these up already. I tried to clean all of them up, and these ones, like the white, this did not come, especially there. I have like a little like sneaker, like magic eraser type thing, and it did not go very well. So I don't know. I just think they're kind of, yeah. But the comps weren't like super strong on these. I probably listed them at like 65. So I'm not sure if that was worth paying 15, especially because they are men's size 13. I'd rather sell men's size 13 than a men's like size 7. So I don't know. I don't think, if I found these in my size, I don't know if I'd keep them, but I might wear them. I feel like this style is pretty like classic, at least for like men's shoes, but I don't know. I don't find Doc Martens. Like, that was my first time ever finding a pair of Doc Martens boots at Goodwill. Isn't that crazy? I know. Just like the leather classic style. And then I found, these are probably my least favorite, but I ended up getting them. They are another pair of Doc Martens. Also $14.99. And they're just a canvas, like, floral print. I feel like somebody would release, like, homecoming or prom to match their date, but I don't know. I wouldn't wear them. They are in the best of shape, though, which is why I grabbed them. I don't think the guy wore these that often. I probably see that at 65 as well. And the comps for these ones were actually pretty good, which I'm not a huge fan of paying $14.99 for a pair of sandals. I'm kind of surprised they priced them that high, because usually their boots are like $15, and then everything else is like $12. Some things are $8, and then some things like for like slippers are like $3, which I rarely see. But and I rarely pick up shoes to sell, so I don't know, because I just don't find them that often here. I found 4 pairs though, which is the most I've ever found at one time, because I really haven't been there when a shoe bin, a big, like sometimes a big shoe bin rolls out and it's like crazy, and yeah. And there's a lot of aggression there. But these were $14.99. But these comps are actually pretty good. I don't know, like some of them were selling for $100. These kind of, I don't think they're, I would not wear them. But I don't think I'd wear any of them actually, but yeah. But since they're men's size 13, they're in the really nice shape. I might list them at like $75, but I don't know how they'll do. So I was like, okay, I got those 4 things, and I was like, okay. And then one of the ladies was like, oh, like, what size are those? And I was like, 13. And she's like, oh, is that your size? I'm like, no, I'm like looking for a friend, because my friend Drew happens to be men's size 13, which he would not wear those either. But she's like, oh, okay, well, I'll keep like looking for size 13 for. And I was like, oh, that's so kind, blah blah. I'm like, oh, what size are you? And she's like, oh, I can't. I was like, I don't remember, but I was like, okay, I'll like be on the lookout for you and stuff like that. So it was really nice. They were both very nice, the people there. I'm not sure if they were resellers or not. Doesn't matter to me. So anyways, so then like a clothing rack came out, and nobody like went to it, but I did see this puffy vest. I saw it sticking on the rack. That was every time I see a new rack and I decide I'm gonna go to it, which is not every time, I find something there and that catches my eye, and I'm like, okay, what am I gonna go for? I saw this puffiness, and I'm like, I feel like that's a down-filled vest. I took it off the rack and I saw Patagonia. So I was really excited. I was like crossing my fingers there wasn't going to be a company logo, because on this material, like a company logo, if you try to unstitch it, it's going to leave a hole. And there is no company logo, and it is a women's size medium, down filled, and it was $6 because they don't, or $7 because they don't mark up anything. Clothing. At least I have not seen, at this location, I have not seen any marked up. So that was exciting. I don't know if I'm going to let my sister keep that or not, because she wanted a black vest, but that, I don't pick up, honestly pass on most Patagonia, but their outerwear pieces that are downfill, especially, even for kids' jackets, they sell so well for me, like over $50 every time. And that might sell, like, I might list it at like $75 to $100. And that's a great time to sell it. So I don't know if I'm gonna let her keep that, because that's been on her, like, thrift, like, she's requested for me to find her, like, a downfilled black vest. And that's exactly what she wanted. So I'm not sure if I'm gonna be nice or not. Speaking of being nice, oh, I guess we'll just knock this up. This was then on the rest of the new rack, I really didn't find anything. There's some like Aritzia stuff, but I found this. There was another guy on it. I'm not sure if, I think he might have been shopping for his girlfriend, but he had the opportunity to grab this before me, and he didn't. But after I grabbed it off the rack, he like checked back to see what I got, and it is a Farm Rio, like tie front, crop top, and a banana print. This retailed for $95, so not Farmario isn't that expensive. I mean, it's expensive, but it's not like super like, oh my gosh, like this thing retail for $1,000. But it does tie in the front. It does have some beads. Part of the beads came off, so I was a little bit hesitant to get this, but I ended up getting it because I've only found Farmario. That was my second time at Goodwill. Also, ironically, in the same store. But the first time I found it, it was a collab with Anthropologie, and that one's just like mainline, like non-collab with Anthropologie Farmario, I think. So I was excited to find that. Then everything else I found was just from the actual like regular section, and it was really good. So the first thing I found was, I have 3 more things to show you. But I found these great pants, which I was very excited about, size 28. They are just probably a $50 sale, and they're like a drop crotch kind of, and they kind of like are sewn to cuff a bit. Gray color. I could find the style. I couldn't find the style with a zip. The other styles have like a button fly that looks similar to this, and these are linen blend as well. But these were $6.99. So I ended up wanting to get those. I recently found a pair of great pants, and I had to leave them behind because of condition. But when I go, I really don't have the time to record because I'm on a time crunch, which I really miss doing because I feel like it's very helpful, and I enjoy, like, the feedback from that. But, yeah. Then also in the regular section, I love selling this brand. It's probably one of my favorite brands to sell that I find on a consistent basis. Not every day, though, but it is. I saw these drawstrings, and these were just in the regular section. Viore, and they are a jogger, the Halo Performance joggers, and these are size extra small, which I think my sister can wear in this size, but other sister. They're $6.99. I'm not sure if I'm gonna let her keep them or not. Those would probably sell for $50. We'll see. And then this, I was so excited to find. Everything else was like pretty recent. They were like the great pants, and let's see, I went on the 1st, and these were out on the 31st, and then the great pants were from the 28th. So I mean, fairly recent, within the past week. These were from the 16th though, so these had been there for 2 weeks, and which means I had been in the store and I did not come across these because I didn't check the pants section. But I saw like these black pants, and I'm like, I touched them again, no tag here. And I thought like this, I saw white stitching. So I'm like, is that Lululemon rib tag residue? And I was like, I don't know. Like, they feel like more cottony, but they feel really nice quality. So I was looking there, and I saw like a care tag, and I saw the font, and I was like, oh my gosh, no way. And of course, Frank and Eileen, I love to sell this brand. It's my 3rd time finding it. I found 2 pants and 1 top. This style is also really good. Size extra large. And I was kind of concerned because these had a blue barb and it has like a red tag, but all of the other barbs are clear. I think they just randomly just use the blue barbs for this one. So anyways, they have been there since 10/16, and Frank and Eileen. So to the untrained eye, these are a black pair of pants, but to me, they are Frank and Eileen, and these might sell for over $100. So I'm probably going to list, I feel like my, reseller friend Amanda, a Joyful Cart, she's the queen of this brand. Like, she knows Frank and Eileen, and I feel like I'll list these for $150. And I paid $6.99. Honestly, that might have been half off